My name is Tanya, and my daddy doesn't love me. I wanted a G-Wagon for my graduation present, and he got me a GLK350. That's a poor person's car. How am I going to be respected when I go to Villanova in the fall? I already made friends when we toured the campus over Christmas break. My new girlfriend's already made plans to party down at Johns Hopkins after freshman orientation. I can't pose with a GLK 350 and hold a can of Natty Boh while I park illegally in Inner Harbor and caption it with "just slumming it," because with a GLK 350, it would be true. I'm going to fail all my classes for the rest of 12th grade to teach Daddy a lesson.
The giveaway for this 1999 Ford SVT Lightning supercharged truck ends this Wednesday. Go to our new website, go.getenteredtowin.com/regularcars, and do exactly what you always did. Grab a cool limited edition mug or digital download, and you're automatically entered to win. It's that easy. So again, head over to go.getenteredtowin.com/regularcars. Buy a mug, digital download, and the link's in the description as usual. Thank you. Good luck.
Mercedes GLK 350 4Matic. Tanya isn't completely wrong. This is a modest Mercedes SUV. The only people a GLK 350 impresses are the people who aren't aware that Mercedes manufactures cheap cars too. For the price of the V6 GLK 350, you could have bought an up-trimmed Honda Pilot or Toyota Sequoia. Yes, a Pilot and Sequoia are just as devoid of life as a GLK 350, but these Japanese offerings are still running today in 2023 with only routine maintenance, while the Mercedes maintenance schedule was written by the Joker from Batman the Animated Series. It's just a jack-in-the-box filled with boxing gloves with lit dynamite poking out the ends. Wow! A white Mercedes with a cream tan interior. What do you do on your days off? Drink half-calf and guffaw at daytime television? What a successful dullard you are. GLK 350. It's Gucci, but just the paper tote bag. GLK 350 4Motion. A car for a real estate agent from Toms River, New Jersey with no opinions. Oh look, a brushed aluminum dash plate. You're so sophisticated with your dinner reservations. You too have joined the exclusive club of middle-class comfort with a 3-pointed star representing American, Delta, and United Airlines. You fly all three. Ooh. Well, report back to us and tell us all about it. I'll be masturbating to a bunch of pictures I found on your C drive. You dragged a folder into program files x86 and you think I'm not going to find all the pictures you saved from F-List? I found your chat logs too. I like how you RP, IC, and OCC. The previous owner recorded dates of each oil change, what type of oil he used, and at what mileage. I'm gonna do it on an index card so I don't mark up the good manual. This SUV is so boring, I'm just gonna look at the owner's corgi puppy now.
Doggy, 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 doggy. Finger.
Aw, look at him. He never saw snow before. What, you think I'm not gonna post the full video tomorrow and title it Corgi Puppy Sees Snow for the First Time? Dude, I'm gonna work the algorithm like a single mother works a stripper's pole. A GLK 350 is a very suburban experience. The type of car you drive when the only thing your son asked for growing up was the latest tech deck set. It's fancy, I guess, but not in a gatekeeping kind of way. It's a couple steps above acceptable and a few more below attractive. It's like working in an accounting firm in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's break room small talk, the automobile. It's some kind of pasta 3 nights a week, the vehicle. This is the kind of car that auto loan places put front and center in their car lot because it's the best thing they have. They hope it boosts the perception of the rest of their stock. And they'll have you paying 4 G's of a Kelly Blue Book to get it. All for an SUV that's as boring as a Zoom call that could have been an email. They'll charge you 5 figures and know you're not good for it. But you'll be approved anyway, because that's how baby gets its bottle.
Can you bust? You're approved! Do you have a lien on your daughter's lemonade stand? You're approved! Would you rather eat a stranger's ass than let your friends know how much you like feet? You're approved! Iraq War Syndrome? You're approved! Is a urine stain blossoming on the front of your jeans while you're served divorce papers outside Redner's Warehouse Markets? You're approved! Do you suspect your child isn't biologically yours, but you feel it's best for everybody to maintain the lie? You're approved! Do you give directions to strangers in cliques? You're approved! Come on down to Conrad Swindle Auto Loans and Baked Goods. If we can't put you in a car, the next cream pie is on us.
Fuel economy is rated at 16 city and 22 highway, which is all right, but not a selling point. You have a 3.5-liter V6, making factory 268 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, matched to a 7-speed automatic transmission that, get this, does not creep from a dead stop. You let off the brake, you put it in drive, let it off the brake, and nothing happens. You got to give her a little bit of gas to move. It's like a smart car with those automated manuals. Maybe it is an automated manual? No, do they really do that? Anyway, it's something you could easily forget you have to do as you jerk forward in increments, leaving other drivers to wonder which part of the car just broke. But you get used to it, and pretty fast. It's not the end of the world, but in 2023, it's sort of like having to cancel your own turn signal. On the subject of gas, this requires premium. Because while you're not getting a premium Mercedes-Benz experience, you're still going to have to pay a premium. But in defense of the GLK350, this is a good experience. The acceleration is delivered as fast as mom and pop pizza. The steering is as light as a long-haul trucker isn't. The GLK350 captures the spirit of having to be at an appointment you forgot about. But all this zoom is wasted on a car that's about as visually exciting as the look in your father's eyes when you tell him Jim Gardner just retired from Action News. The GLK350 is here to clock any retail employee who won't allow stacking coupons. Now, in 2010, this came with an iPod connection auxiliary outlet, but Frank replaced it with a Bluetooth adapter. It can still connect the classic iPod, though, so you can exist in modern technology's liminal state. 2010 was a time when we knew the future was coming, but we didn't know which tech was going to win out. Was BlackBerry going to hang on? Was the Motorola Razr going to stick around? How about the Sidekick? Smartphones have only been around for like 3 or 4 years.
How do you call a phone number without buttons?
Are we sticking with CDs or do I have to use flash drives? How about MP3 CDs? Who the hell knows? And with the GLK350, we have a car that feels more dated than Harambe jokes. This SUV feels like it was shown the door almost as soon as it came in, like a bushwhacker in the Royal Rumble. These models only lasted from 2008 to 2015 as the compact version of the GL class. It took influences from the C-Class, running on the W204 platform. It was an SUV that you could plausibly get away with calling a sport wagon. The 3.5-liter moves. It does move very well.
It feels like a body-on-frame SUV when you get on the road.
Well,
it's not.
I drive a body-on-frame SUV, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not going to be quite 4Runner.
Yeah, this is way better than my 4Runner. 4Runner go, blah, 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 like, the f*** are you doing? This is not what we do.
Right.
We go a bump over stuff, and of course I hit the cruise control, because it's right there where you think the turn signal is.
It's horrible. That was the other complaint. My wife complained. She's like, I kept turning the cruise control on.
Yeah, because naturally you're here and your fingers go there.
Yes. Once you get
sport, give me, oh, my manager. Yeah, the 4Runner doesn't do that. It does not do that at all.
I guess it's a bad time to tell you I have the little State Farm thing that might ding me if I have hard accelerations, but it's fine.
Oh. This will either do, we've saw two things. It's either 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds or 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. Maybe that's something to do with whatever mode you have it in. It has two modes, comfort and
Starbucks got my order wrong. I'm driving back there as fast as I can and demanding to see the manager.
for a V6, an automatic gearbox, and a curb weight over 500 pounds greater than the comparable C-Class sedan of that model year, there was no reason to expect this wouldn't be around longer. Moving on from it in just a few years would be a bigger waste of energy than the poor man's layaway. Oh yeah, go ahead, hide that video game in the pet food section. I'm sure no one else will notice at any point in the next few months. But the 2010s marked a pivot toward a churn of model development.
Gotta look ahead, gotta keep moving, gotta keep things fresh. Cycle out the old, bring in the older, but with a fresh coat of paint. We gotta move product, and if it doesn't move, we have to replace it with something that does. Yeah, get me that ad copy with the fancy typeface, a couple of buzzwords, and a subtle shot at the other guys. Get me a Don Draper in a fresh pressed suit to tell me everything is gonna be okay, the economy will recover, and that market will correct itself.
But there was no room for a car like the GLK350 to last, because it said everything it had to say in the 7 years it lasted. I'm an affordable rich car for people who want to look that way. There was nothing more you could do to it to glam it up or make it any more attractive to people who are already wealthy. But a limited pool of consumers doesn't invalidate the worth of the car, it just shrinks the scope of how we remember it. Because how many people are really bringing up the GLK350 in any sort of conversation? And yet, it deserves a place in automotive discussion spaces as an overlooked, undervalued piece of 2010 engineering. Maybe its greatest moment is happening now because you're a Gen Xer, driving your kids to round one, and you're sinking into heated seats of your irrelevance. And these kids are speaking a language you don't understand. They're saying things like,
"You're pulling a whole whiplash scenario. It's bear. It's my pint week. I'm bussin'. So what you're saying is you're 8 to 10 business weeks. I'm mentally ill because I haven't dyed my hair again."
and you're driving your GLK350 and congratulations, you're an adult now. Listening to unintelligible similish of the interconnected young. And then you hear one kid whisper to another,
"Now you ask my mom, she'll say yes to you."
And this engine is so quiet, you're looking back at your own decisions. Why did you buy this? Why did you have to appear wealthy when you don't know what wealth looks like? True wealth is 1,000 shares of Goldman Sachs. GLK wealth is $1,000 a month lease. True wealth is owning land that you know is going to be zoned commercial in 3 years. GLK wealth is posting quotes from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. True wealth is meal prep and budgeting gym time. GLK wealth is door dashing Chipotle and playing Ring Fit Adventure. True wealth is saying, I don't know. GLK wealth is knowing everything.
Coffee getting cold while I wait for friends. Didn't wanna drive in a Mercedes-Benz, but everything I knew never turned out the same. That's just what it's like when you drive GLK. And I'm feeling fine in a 3.5. See you home, pick up takeout. I don't know if I left stakeout. Not enough weekends, just long weekdays to drive all night in my GLK.